Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, just want to say thanks to my recently new subscribers, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button for post notifications. And let's get right on to it. Alrighty, let's see here. So we got Bitcoin. Bitcoin went back up to 23K. Excuse me, it went up to 93K. Then it kind of slightly retraced, but we got Ethereum back up to 3,100. Ether's up over 3.5% for the last 24 hours. We got the fear index is at 22 now, so that's a good thing. The fear index has been like moving up and down, but it's back up to 22. That's a good sign. And the total cryptocurrency market, we have it at 3.15 trillion for the whole cryptocurrency market. All right, let's see what's going on with. Okay, we got XRP, Solana, 141. So the market is trading kind of flat right now. Today's the third day of December. Um, yeah, today's the third day of December. So this is going to be a long month. This is the last month before the new year. We're deep into Q4 of 2025. So now we're going to be heading into Q1. We're going to get ready for Q1 of 2026. This is our last. Time has gone by so fast. The fact that this is the last month of the year. We got 31 days. So between now and the end of the year, there's a lot can happen in crypto. This market can just go parabolic at any given time. But anyways, looking at XPR network here, we're up 155% for the year, down 16% for the month, down 7.1% for the week, and just up 0.1% for the day, and down 0.5 for the 1 hour. So in the grand scheme of things, looking at this whole cryptocurrency market, we got great projects like XPR network. Definitely an undervalued crypto, one of the most overvalued utility DeFi ISO compliant projects. Where they're doing everything on chain and everything. The fact that these guys are still at, we're literally at less than half of a cent. We're at 2 zeros 36. I'm going to be picking up some more XPR network that's coming up in the next couple of days from now. I'll be picking up some more XPR network to add to my 1.1 million already. The fact that we can still get it at this price is really a blessing. Knowing that this, when I look at a project like XPR network, we should this project we should at least be at about at a penny by now, at least at a penny. The fact that it just shows you how we're way oversold, very undervalued project. With Metallicus, good tokenomics. We only got let me see tokenomics. Let me go back here. I already know what the tokenomics is, but just to re-verify. 31 billion in the max total supply, and 28 billion is in circulating. So yeah, it's only going to be a matter of time, man, before XPR network, pumps to like, 3, 4, 5 cents in 2026. Like I said, 2026 is going to be, I believe this is going to be our year. Q1, get ready for Q1, see what happens. 2025, don't get me wrong, 2025 was an interesting year in crypto. Very interesting year. We had our ups and downs. We have more downs, ironically, but everybody who's been in crypto for the last couple of years, since like 2020, even during the bear market, especially from like 2023 to now, we've seen a lot of altcoins go crazy parabolic. When you go back to 2023, especially even meme coins, a lot of people say that we never had an alt season, but you go back to 2023 to now, a lot of people may not like this, but we kind of did have an alt season. In a way, it was a different type of alt season. There was a few cryptos that went crazy parabolic during that time of like 2023 to 2024. You know what I mean? But anyways, but like I said, but at the end of the day, Bitcoin never did hit 150. We went up to 126. And then after that, the market came back down crashing. But let's see what happens in 20, between now and 2026. We could possibly see, we never know. We could see Bitcoin go up to a 140, 150. Very, because this is a very speculative, unpredictable market. When it comes to crypto, where this is still an emerging market, but regulation is coming into place. Institutions, companies, governments, they're in Bitcoin. This is, whether people like it or not, this is going to be part of the new financial system, especially when you're talking about ISO compliance. I've been covering XR, then this one, XPR network. You know what I mean? These guys are going to be at the forefront of the new financial system, just because of their tech. When it comes to the innovation in tech, obviously they can't be denied. Literally, they um, definitely can't be denied. But anyways, uh, just take a look at the chart right quick on XPR network. Let's see what's the chart is looking like. I know a lot of us, some of us is heavy invested. I know I am. I just can't wait to see the day when this thing hits like a penny, 5 cents, 10 cents. So looking at the all-time chart for XPR network, ironically, we're still down. I'm always forgetting we're down 94% for the all-time chart. This project came out back in 20, Metallicus, you know, Marshall Hanner and all those guys released this back in, what was that? Let me see here. When did this project come out? Back in what, 2020? Yeah, it came out back in, looked like 2020. But if you look at the history of XPR Network, this coin has never had a bull run. It's never had like a real major pump. It looked like it was at around 6 cents, 6 or 7 cents back in 2020. 2021 it didn't do anything. In 2021, you could clearly see 2021 the project didn't do anything. It just came down. But now, 2020, let me see here. Even during the 2021 bull cycle, it didn't. Yeah, it didn't do anything. The prices came all the way down. It could have something to do with the whole lawsuit thing as well, when Gary Gensler was attacking these type of projects. But now going forward, the fact that we're still down 94% for the all-time chart, this thing is way oversold. Very undervalued project with XPR network, and it's one of the best blockchains out there. Ironically, but these are the type of projects, solid projects like these that I like to invest in. That's especially it's beat up in an all-time chart. Take a look at that 1 year chart. Now the 1 year chart looks a lot better. It's up 164%, but still, it's XPR network never had a real major, like run up. It hasn't had that real pump like other projects did. You can see here where it was at 2014. This is the year chart. And then at one point, it looked like we went all the way. I'm trying to see where it topped out at. I think it topped out at 2080, but for some reason it didn't. It's not showing it on the coin market cap chart. But yeah, I think it topped out at 2080 before the price came back down. Look at that 1 year chart. Looks pretty good looking at that 1 year chart. But after that, it's been trading more, sideways. Now it's down 17% for the month. Here we was at 2044, then we came back down. But I think my average is about 2042. That's around my average, so I'm just a little bit down. But the thing I like though, I can easily get my average down by just buying this. The fact that we're in the 30s, this is opportunity to load up more XPR network, and then also that that gets my average down as well. Um, you know, for when this thing finally pumps again, I'll be even be in more profits. Thing about crypto investing, it's all about getting your average down. Getting that best price. So now we're, like I said, we're down in the mid 30s. Perfect opportunity to keep loading up more. I can never stop getting enough XPR network. Proton, like I said, this is the future right here. This blockchain, 4,500 TPS. They got zero. They're doing zero gas fees. They got their whole ecosystem over there with like loan protocol, metal blockchain. Yeah, these guys are. Ironically, a lot of people in the community still don't know about this project, which is insane. But anyways, um, there we have it, XPR network. Um, I'm just really excited. I look forward to loading up on more. I think eventually, depending how long the price is going to be here, be at this price level, depending how long it's going to be there. Hey, if I'm able to load up 2 million XPR network, hey, why not? you know. But yeah, but I'll say in the short term, I'm gonna try to get up to 2.5 million, but I'm at 1.1 million now. But hey, we'll see how long the price stays at these levels. As long as XPR network stays in these levels, like in the 30 to 20s, 30s, 40s, that is good opportunity to buy much as you can. Like I said, none of this is financial advice. Do your own research. I'm just here for entertainment and educational purposes only. Um, so yeah, man. Uh, I'm just excited when you talk about utility. You're looking at it like right here. A lot of information on this project. But anyways, man, thanks everybody for tuning in. Don't Hey, if you like to anybody like to come on over to the join the private Patreon group. We're over there. We're talking about these projects. We're like-minded. We're a small community, like-minded. But hey, if you want to see more content, you can DM me over there as well. But the link will be at the bottom left, and I got more content coming over there as well. But anyways, the link will be at the bottom left for the private Patreon community. Hey, it's only 15. Hey, $15 to get vital information. We getting in on these plays, projects early, um, and everything. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. That is my update on XPR Network. But overall, the whole cryptocurrency market trading sideways. Bitcoin is sitting at 92,000. Alt, like I said, a lot of altcoins are just kind of choppy right now. But yeah, but like I said, this market is unpredictable. We'll never know when we'll get our next major pump. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Come join in on the live stream. I'm gonna do actually. You know what? After this video, I'm gonna do a quick live stream, maybe about 30 to 40 minute live stream. See how it goes. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Peace.